I didn't even open TikTok yet. It's okay. Still trying to figure it out. The clock was set back a little. Listen, okay, guys over in the chats that are talking before I hit start, I'm typically about 2 to 3 minutes late, usually never longer than that. So I do better than some people. I can't say
Like Bill.
all or, yeah, that's funny actually. That's funny. I'm sorry. Sorry, Bill. No hate. No hate. I'm so sorry. Oh, I need to open up that too. Yeah, get that going. Oh, I need to update that. I haven't. Listen, this is how not prepared I am. We're just gonna do this today. Okay. I mean, I was, but life be lifing, guys. I think y'all understand how life just be lifing. It is Thursday, August 20th. And I think we are now like, gosh, I want to figure that out. Okay. But we are almost 6 months into our 2-week war. That also has ended 54 times or something like that.
Right.
So,
how many ceasefires?
At least 4, if not more. And then, of course, the 60 days technically just expired, yet it ended realistically the beginning of July. Hey, Corey. So I was just like, Yeah. So I would love. How's that working out for Republicans? How is that working out for you? That we are almost 6 months in to a 2-week war that has also ended 57 times. That we won on the first day. Yeah, y'all know what I mean? Like we're doing great, correct?
It was going to be just like Venezuela.
Yeah, it was going to be just like Venezuela, which was an overnight operation, which, I mean, let's be real. The soldiers that went there, they did a great job. No hate on the soldiers. They did their job. They did what they were supposed to do. Great job. But, hey, Lakin, this war was not supposed to last as long as it has gone on for. And yet, it's just still going. Why is that not working at all? Interesting. Oh. Sorry, guys. I'm like, why is my dog upset? I have discovered that she can definitely hear things in my headphones. So when I'm making jokes that for some reason, like, she doesn't like the MAGAs that are on the call, apparently I'm not lying because she hears them. I have discovered she can definitely hear what's in my headphones. Also, guys, sorry about last night that the live crashed. There was a storm and I thought it took out the internet. Chris came up and said, "No, it was me on accident."
Oh.
And I was like, okay, well, that's fair. You know what? He admitted it. And then Mia came up and she was like, "Thank you for admitting, for being a man and taking responsibility."
Finally.
Yeah, that's kind of what she did. It was funny. But so we didn't go back up on YouTube when the internet came back on. However, it did actually stream privately, so it will probably be up for the last 30 minutes of the stream that YouTube missed. It will probably be up tomorrow, so you guys can see that. So just a friendly reminder, if you are Republican, MAGA, conservative, or still supporting Trump, call the number on the screen. There's 4 categories to choose from, 915-974-3274, and let's have a conversation. And then while I'm going to switch out my headphones, Queen's going to introduce herself and then do a little PSA.
Yes. So if you don't know me, you should. I'm QueenV Lee. I'm from everybody's favorite state, California, obviously. And I have been on Ari's stream before, and I'm Black, and I'm a woman, and I am just like someone that we all should have elected, Kamala Harris, a Black woman, and we didn't. So now we're stuck with Donald Trump and all of his antics. Oh, W. Bill Raid. I was just about to mention, I sit with Just a Bill. Pretty much almost every night and most days on the block. So that's probably where you've seen me. What we are going to accomplish by the end of this stream is we are going to make sure that we hit that $175 goal that you see up on your screen. And you can do that by going to the pay links in Ari's bio, because women's labor is not free, especially not this Black woman's labor, because I get a cut of that. So if you want to make sure that you are supporting your favorite host, which is Ari, go ahead and hit up those pay links. I've seen you do it for white men, so do not let us down. Just look at it like you're paying for, like, you know, Netflix or something. I mean, you're not watching it, so you might as well throw that money on this side. If you are, you know, in favor of whatever the hell Republicans are doing or Donald Trump's doing, go ahead and hit up the number on your screen, because I would love to hear you convince me that it's a good idea to support the Cheeto in chief, because it's a terrible idea. And I think that you're stupid. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Hey, Bill. Hey, Block. W. Block Raid.
I was about to say that too. W Block Raiders. Thank you, Bill. Ooh. Look at that.
Ooh, look at
that butterfly. Thank you, Safe Space.
Or a moth?
It's butterfly. It literally says "let butterfly" or something like that. I'm not really sure.
Ooh, confefe.
Covfefe. Kofifi?
Confefe.
Covfefe. Yeah.
Something like that.
So I don't really...
It's not a strong enough word. Well...
Oh, I missed... Obviously, guys, I missed a part of the PSA because I was swapping out my headphones. Hey, Declan.
What's wrong to her? I don't know. I think grammar's hard for you. Because I don't know what the hell you meant by that. Hi, Declan. Happy birthday, Declan. I don't know if they told you that, but I'm going to say that to you because I know it's your birthday.
Oh, it's his birthday? Happy birthday, Declan.
Mm-hmm. It's Declan's birthday today.
I'm not sure about singing, so I'm just going to say hi. Happy birthday to you.
Yes. And I'm not sure if it was Nolan's birthday today or yesterday, but I know Nolan Wells turned 19 either yesterday or today. I saw that. He would have been 19. Agreed.
Thanks, Corey.
Megan Romer, DSA chaired, agreed with all of Project 2029.
What?
That's what somebody wrote in the chat.
I see that, and I'm almost like, I don't even know who that is.
I don't either. You want to call in?
Yeah, there's a number on the screen, and you can. Where are you at? There we go.
Thank you, Rosie. 19 on the 19th, right?
Y'all are asking too much. Now everyone's like, can you say hi, happy birthday to who? Yes. Happy birthday, Mike. There you go. Whoever you are, Mike. Happy birthday.
The next one's going to cost at least $5.
Actually. The only person that it's not going to cost.
Ooh, what's that on my head?
The caterpillar. I do like how it evolves. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
I blame the fact that I'm okay with it going on your head. That's cool. If you guys haven't already while you are coming in over on TikTok, be sure to send in your daily heart me. Hit that follow button if you are new here. Be sure to hit that plus sign next to Queen's name as well. She is on the panel. If you are hanging out over in YouTube, a couple of things here. Hit subscribe. It is free to subscribe. If you enjoy what I do, consider becoming a member. It is a low cost of $3.99 or $7.99 a month, less than how much you spend at your local coffee shop. Just putting that out there. in a month's time. All right. Help support a streamer doing things. Ooh. And if you like how Queen is, if you like what she has to say and the brilliance that comes from her while you're watching the live, if you click on that description, she has a link in there, and so does her friend Bill. Bill's link is also in there. He was on last week. So I like how all of the ones that go on heads are going on you right now. I'm okay with it.
I know.
Pineapple pizza is okay, and I tolerate it because Chris likes it, so
Interesting.
I tolerate it. It's not something I would go out of my way to buy for myself, so
Right.
yeah. Well, I'll say, like, I will not get it for myself, so I tolerate it. What am I supposed to be inviting you for, Naquan? I'm not trying to be rude. I just sincerely don't know. What am I supposed to? Okay, thanks, Safe. It was good to see you, bud. If for the person in the chat that put leftism is a disease, find a cure, please call the number on the screen. 915-974-3274. I will have a conversation with you. For the person that said I blocked your number, the only numbers that I block for people are people that use slurs. Because fuck you. Like, I want nothing to do with you. Because I'm better than heck. What?
Leftism?
Leftism is a disease. Yeah, that's what it was said.
That's the best you got?
Yeah,
I
apparently.
guess.
It's typically what they
I
have.
guess. Sure.
I mean, I
But
figured out what
call
you
in.
have.
I would love to hear more about that and what the cure would be, you know?
No, Kokomo. I don't answer questions from the chat typically, and you've already like repeated. Then you used all caps, which you're not supposed to use all caps unless you're vision impaired. And since that was the only message that you sent in all caps, I'm choosing to ignore it. So if you want to have a conversation, you want me to answer a question, then you call the number on the screen. It's quite simple, actually. I hope that helps.
That's why
And guys,
what is leftism?
yeah, like what is leftism? That's also a good question. And if you guys, I did not forget about you over on Twitch. If you guys are watching over on Twitch, shout out to everybody that has reached stream streaks in the last couple of days. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching every single day. But yeah, I appreciate you. If you are new on Twitch, be sure to hit that follow button. Queen, have you ever set up your Twitch yet?
No.
No.
But
Okay.
I will next month because it's
Okay. We'll get it set. We'll get it set.
Because you gave me that look. I'm gonna put on a
It's like,
post-it.
might as well
And
just
that
set it
means
up.
business.
Twitch
Yep.
has been quiet. It is typically quiet. They're the best people that watch me at this point is Twitch because they're all normal. Yeah. And if you are new, hit that follow button. Consider becoming a subscriber over on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free monthly sub. Consider using Jeff Bezos' money on me. That's all. It's literally the best app. Oh yeah, we also have bits available over there. And all of the wonderful things. Now I gotta update this gift goal. And I do have a couple of funny things to continue on. I don't know if he was even here yesterday, Kilo. But he does like showing up eventually. We're still, if anybody wants to ban him and his 1,000 accounts, we're welcome to do that over on Twitch too. You know. You are always welcome to Moose. Sow some havoc over in Twitch. They're usually pretty quiet. Twitch usually polices themselves and also like goes after the trolls. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Someone said I start streaming as soon as they clock out of work, so that's fun. But Queen, have you heard the absolute uproar recently from the right about John Ossoff?
No.
So
Tell me.
So he was campaigning and he did a campaign rally on Sunday. I don't remember what state. Well, I don't know where it was at in Georgia. And, ooh, Ash, thank you for becoming a sub. So he made a comment. and he said he was saying that Trump doesn't care about anything that's going on. All he cares about is the ballroom and flying on a plane with Natalie.
Mm,
Do you know who
okay.
Natalie is?
No, who's Natalie? Natalie
Natalie,
is
the
Natalie
one,
Harp.
yes, the one that transcribes all of his True Social posts. Yeah. So I guess at that point, since that's out there, I think we all know who's responsible for posting that racist
The
clip,
monkeys.
yep, of the Obamas as monkeys. Yeah. So I think we know who's responsible. Then it would be Natalie Hart. So the right has just absolutely blown up. The only person that hasn't actually cared, for some surprising reason, is Jesse Waters. He was like, Trump says worse shit, and I talk about it all the time, and I support Trump. So I was like, the most like surprisingly consistent. Let me see. I don't think I
Well,
saved his clip, but I just know I saw it. It was just so insane. Just like I was like, wow, Jesse Waters doesn't actually care.
like, doesn't have an opinion.
Nope, no opinion. He was just
Um,
like, all right, bet.
his opinion is no opinion. I'm
Yeah.
looking at a photo of her right now, and the dress she's wearing looks like a sofa, like it's a sofa print dress. Wow.
Yes.
I mean, everything that he does, he gets to blame on a woman.
Yep.
That just seems like the trend. And everything that he has been able to do, he gets to blame on a woman somewhere in his cabinet or as an aide. It's becoming a trend. I don't even think he cares, because isn't he just now talking about how there's going to be an economic D-Day against Iran? Like, that's like
Oh
his big
yeah, he's
thing.
promising that now. I think they posted something about, or perhaps it was somebody in his cabinet that made a comment about, it was like, look what the sanctions did to Venezuela. So this is going to happen to Iran. You mean the country that we've had sanctioned for the last, since 2018. Sorry, I didn't want to do the math real quick. So the last 8 years. They've been sanctioned for the last 8 years. But now all of a sudden, sanctions are going to destroy them randomly.
Right.
Just worse.
Right.
Make it all the way worse.
Just like how they already have a nuclear weapon.
How are y'all not going to link me? What? How are you not going to link me to him saying this? Okay. Let's see. Of course, it's not going to do that. So, this is what Jesse Waters had to say. I'm just going to read it since I can't find the clip easily and I don't feel like digging for it. To suggest that Trump surrounds himself with attractive women, yeah, I think he's done that his whole life. I don't think he's very upset about the comment. Am I fazed by this comment? No. Has Trump said so much worse, so much more sleazy things against other people? Yes. Have I defended those things? Absolutely. I'm not even going to pretend I'm all hot and bothered by it. And the president doesn't even care. He's like, what? Who? Pee Wee Herman? Next. Story was over. Yeah, so he just literally doesn't care. Like, at least, like, isn't it crazy when the one person that is reasonable out of all of this and not making a big deal is also the one that likes to call Trump daddy on,
I
on
mean,
national television?
listen, he's like, it's just monkeys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was him too. He was just like, yeah, I don't really care,
Like, whatever, dude. Come on.
Oh, and
Get over it.
fucking,
Everybody's so PC nowadays.
I wonder if Daily Beast has the video. Of course not. Why do you all suck? Oh, wait, no, they do. Hold on. Ooh.
You spoke too soon.
Guys, if you're requesting up on the live, you need to call the number on the screen. I don't bring up TikTok guests. Y'all like to show body parts on camera, so I don't trust any of y'all motherfuckers anymore.
Yeah, please don't.
Until I get to block that access, nah, I don't like y'all.
And it's been already 20 minutes and we have not made any movement on the live goals. So let's go ahead and get started on that. We have some ways to go. So remember, the links are in the bio. Women's labor is literally not free. And what are we even doing here? Come on, you guys. Go ahead and go to the links in bio. A little bit goes a long way. And the next time I look up, I would love to see a little bit drop off. All right. Sorry.
There you go.
Ahead.
You're fine. No, you can't. So Harley, TikTok has not added that feature to their TikTok studios. I use the computer version. They don't have it up there. Trust me, I've looked. And they only have it on select mobile devices. But let's listen to this. We're going to have to try to find the right spot. But
Senator Jon Ossoff is banking on viral moments to help win re-election in November and
that's what they all
perhaps
do.
beyond. But Politico reports there's a carefully scripted strategy behind the punches, deliberately packed with short, clippable lines designed to travel online, like this jab about President Trump's White House aide, Natalie Harp.
See, he doesn't want to do the job. He wants to build his ballroom and travel with Natalie on their apparently defenseless flying palace gifted by the Emir of Qatar.
And now Senator Ossoff trying to clean up what he said when Jen Psaki pressed him on why he even brought up her name.
We're in wartime. The commander-in-chief has mired us in this geopolitical disaster. He retreats into this bubble of West Wing aides who are his security blanket to make him feel good about himself, to reassure him that he's doing a great job, to help him while he designs his new ballroom.
Yeah,
Jesse, it wasn't a quip that just came rolling off the tongue. It was written into the speech, so it was planned.
Yeah, I mean, Natalie
so
had
awkward.
bone cancer, and Trump saved her life with right to try.
So actually, there's been reporting that came out that the medicine that she used was actually already FDA approved. So it actually didn't fall under the Right to Try Act. I think she just needed a reason to be like, I'm obsessed with you, because she is actually considered a risk by the Secret Service because of the letters that she's written to Trump. So, yeah, we're doing great.
So she's loyal. She's like, my
Loyal.
Johnny. Johnny,
Loyal.
very loyal. Some would say I saved his life. Metaphorically speaking.
I knew you were going to go
But I mean, to suggest that Trump surrounds himself with attractive women, yeah, I think he's done that his whole life. I don't think he's very upset about the comment. Am I fazed by this comment? No. Has Trump said so much worse, so much more sleazy things against other people? Yes. Have I defended those things? Absolutely.
I like how I didn't miss on me saying is absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes, I did.
Are you kidding me?
So I'm not going to
Anytime,
pretend I'm
anytime.
all hot and bothered about it. And the president doesn't even care. He's like, what? Who? Oh, Pee Wee Herman? Next. Story was over. What's
Yeah.
funny is to watch the press try to make Ossoff a thing. You read it. This guy's got viral moments. This is the first time we have covered Ossoff on the show in 6 years. I'm not even doing this tonight at 8. This guy read a little crack that his staff put in the prompter. So what? I will tell you, though, to be fair, you know how fair I am, Ossoff apparently is great with voters. Yep. When someone emails, when someone calls, he gets right back to them. And that goes a long way because word gets out. You do something like that to a guy in a county way off out in the middle of nowhere in Georgia, and he's going to tell everybody in town. And it's going to be the best day of his life. And so word travels fast. Now,
It is interesting to actually see Jesse just be an honest person instead of just an entire tank glazer, as Monica would say. So that's cool. I do like that.
I feel like he was honest even about defending the sleazy comments.
Yeah, he was like, Absolutely, I've defended
That
them. No
entire thing was
problem.
honest.
She's like, yeah, I defended that
Pee-wee,
shit. I don't
who
care.
cares? Like, yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Also, the first
Yeah.
time that Trump tried that line, he said Pinky Herman. So, which I don't even remember what Pee Wee Herman looked like. So, I guess I would have to look that up.
Unfortunately, I do.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I will say, randomly, since I say it, there was a comment left on one of my lives that said, count the number of times Ari says, And I think you guys would be better off if you want to cause liver damage, counting the number of times I say so. I think I say that way more. Just so. I do read my comments, and I think they're funny when you guys say funny things, so I do point them out. But let me find this. There was a couple of things. Scott Besant is hilarious right now. He's just on a tear of stupidity, to say the least. This is it. I'm always like, which one is it that I need to find? Okay. Oh, that was still on screen the whole time. My bad, guys.
I'm confident that bonds will continue declining. We've got a spike in oil prices today that I don't really understand. Our announcement.
There's a spike in oil prices that I don't really understand. Scott Besant, the soybean farmer. He's doing great. I don't really understand why there's a spike in oil prices, guys. Do you understand? Do you know what the spike is about, Queen?
I don't know. Maybe the closing of the Strait of Hormuz. I don't know. And
The bombing
war in Iran.
of Iran.
just,
Yeah.
like, all that type shit.
Oh gosh. It's just like lost on me. What possibly, which actually let me see what the price of oils are at right now. Trade. Yep, let's look it up. What do you guys think the price per barrel is right now? What do you guys think the price per barrel is right now? Someone said 94.02, 84, 120, 94, 89. One person was close so far. One person was the closest. 85, 94. Two people close. 105. Monica, you're not allowed to respond. 6, 7, but really 89. Okay. 99, 150. No, definitely not 150. 88. Yeah, why would you be allowed to respond?
100, 102.
No, it's 86. So
93, 70.
that's
Very specific.
Yep, that's where we're at. 86. $86 right now. This is Brent, I believe. The crude. Sorry, this is crude actually.
86.47.
86.47. Almost, actually. I'm sure if we leave it up here long enough, it's going to get to 86.47. So I might just leave that open for myself. It might get to 86.47. That would be pretty funny. It was 94 on July 23rd. Well, it was 92. So, yeah. July 23rd, almost a month ago. So I guess that's good, but nothing's happening over there. Scott Besant doesn't understand what's going on, even though, well, actually makes sense. He is just the Treasury Secretary. Oh, yes, I was missing it so much that you were watching my channel for less than a minute. Oh, no.
Now I'll stop watching this channel. What are we going to do? Oh, what? What are we going to do now that this beef is no longer going to be here?
The beef, not the beef, guys. Actually, I wonder what the price of beef is at right now. I kind of want to know, and then at the same time, I don't.
Right.
But there's so much more. I think, yeah, Scott Bessent was actually talking about the sanctions on Iran today as well. Oh no,
Claudia.
cancel the show. It's the end of the world. Oh no. Oh.
He looks so weird to me.
Scott, he is. He
Yes,
looks very weird. I agree.
It like freaks me out.
Beef per barrel is real high. You're canceled. I just want to let you know you're canceled. So
I didn't even have to look to know who said that.
yeah, that's why I said you're canceled. Also, for sure, there is no way y'all must not be tapping the screen over on TikTok. There's just no way. They're not tapping 50% at all.
behind.
26
minimum.
shares. Then you guys aren't even reposting the live, adding to your story, sharing to your MAGA relatives.
Damn.
I see y'all. It's all right. We'll let Scott Bessent tell you about all of the. Oh, and then the first donation of the entire day so far is WRN Surgeon. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. 30 minutes. I see you guys. Okay.
That's amazing. Thanks. Thank you for something. I appreciate that.
I see ya. I see how it goes. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah. This.
Well, it happens. All right. But Scott Bessent on how sanctions are apparently going to solve this.
It raises the question about what happens next in Iran. And you mentioned the president last night said that there's more economic pressure coming on Iran. I know you're heavily involved in this and executing this. What can we expect here?
Yeah, you're going to expect, I'll be holding a press conference on Monday to talk about exactly what we're going to do. And again, we have asymmetric information, and I'm not sure why oil has popped up on this, because
he said it again.
For now, and it is at the president's discretion. If we are doing the maximum economic pressure, then that means that likely there will not be a large-scale kinetic restart, but I would emphasize that is for now. And look, we do have control of the strait. You would have seen media reports that large amounts of energy are getting out.
How do we have control of the strait? I've heard this a few times. Donald Trump has said it. So can someone explain to me how we have control of the strait? I've been waiting to figure that out.
He always talks like he's loading.
Scott Bessent?
Yes. It's very
got that loading
uncomfortable.
bar.
It's like he's always like loading, or he's like afraid of something. It's very concerning. If we have control of it, why are we targeting like more sanctions?
That's also a good point. Why do we need to keep adding more sanctions if, we have control and we're getting all the oil out? I wonder if it has anything to do with Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain not being able to get their gas to their oil to the market.
Right.
Guys, call in and tell me about how Donald Trump is going to revive the Keystone XL pipeline. Please, actually, can you tell me, how is Donald Trump? I know you guys are so upset about that, right? Here, guys, I'll throw you a bone. Joe Biden canceled the Keystone XL pipeline. So I need you guys to tell me how fantastic Donald Trump is, because he's going to revive the Keystone XL pipeline. Please. Tell me how he talked about that. Yeah, let's do that. Ryu, thank you for the 10, said MAGA, call in, stop complaining in chat. Why you got people calling you out like that? Ryu is calling y'all out in the chat. MAGA, Republicans, conservatives, Trump supporters. I'm open to all of y'all. Call in. Have a conversation. Don't be pussyfooting around. All right. But let's see. There's still more. This is apparently a 2-minute video, so I'm already sorry for everybody.
And I think that we can continue doing.
David, thank you for commenting. You know the rules. You aren't allowed to be in any comment section that I'm a mod for, especially in my live, ever, unless you come up on the panel.
Who, David?
Oh, he's just somebody that
David.
is a comment cuck. Like, he literally is in everyone's lives, just comments, never comes up. Never comes up, and I've been seeing him for a long time, and I've been way over him for a long time, because it's like, no, not Dale, Casey, just somebody that says words. Oh, he's already muted. I got him.
it.
Yeah, so I look for him
that
to comment,
sucks.
and my rule with him is like, if I'm a mod anywhere, you just don't ever get a comment because you never come up to talk. I want you to use your voice and not your thumbs. Okay? I assume you're typing with your thumbs. I probably shouldn't assume that. Use your voice on the panel. But as we are waiting, we'll go ahead and play this real quick.
Do you want someone muted in the chat? Is there someone spamming, making disingenuous arguments, displaying bot behavior, or maybe they're just fucking annoying? You can have them muted for as little as $5 a day, $20 for the week, or $50 for the entire month. Additionally,
the rest doesn't need to be played. But, so yeah, if you guys want to get involved in the chat and moving things around, please go ahead and do all of that. Peter said, David is a PABWRE. Thank you for that 10. And then thank you, Rainbow, as well. So we are getting traction on this as they're all being lame. Thank you, Rainbow, for the donation as well. Yeah. Eli's great.
That was funny.
We love Eli. Don't be a pussy-ass bitch. All right. Scott Besant.
Funny as hell.
Scott Besant, who doesn't know why the cost of gas isn't going up. I like how they have this over here. It's great. He doesn't know why anything goes. And he wants to try to convince you that somehow the sanctions are going to be different and they're going to do this negative impact and bring the end to the war for Iran.
That in the southern lane, and that I think oil markets are misinterpreting what this economic pressure means. The economic pressure means that we are going to all of our allies, and this is going to be the greatest coordinated economic isolation in the history of the world.
Oh, that's what he
and
means.
we are going to them and saying, you are either with us or against us. You want this murderous regime to end. And if you insist on doing business with them, either transferring money, buying their oil, doing seaborne ship transfers, then the U.S. Treasury and the U.S. government, they will put its full might and force toward enforcing against you. So it is time for our allies and the rest of the world to make a decision, and we are going to squash the economy of this murderous regime, which that will curtail their ability to project power through their proxies.
So I just want to be clear that he basically said, if you don't join us on the sanctions, we're going to put economic pressure on you about our allies.
Because they are doing that to us, right?
Who is doing it to us?
They like Iran was able to show that if they controlled the street, and like the way to defeat the US or control us is through our economy. And that's what they were able to figure it out, that you don't necessarily need to have any nuclear weapons in order to make the US kneel.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And so what they're basically still are under right now, or trying to push, is the Roosevelt corollary, which is where I think it's either, I don't think it replaces, it kind of adds to the manifest destiny, which that applied to the West, but in order to go international, they upped it to the Roosevelt corollary, which is the idea that the United States had the right to invade militarily any country that impeded on the economic or political gain or power that we needed. So the fact that economically we're being stifled or not, we're unable to grow or gain any power, they're thinking like, oh, we now have the right to do whatever we want because we're being negatively impacted. But we are being negatively impacted because of the decisions of Donald Trump.
When I muted myself. Sorry. W Sparky, Dean, aka Dad, you get a mute, don't speak. And also you get another mute because Sparky sent 10. So we get 2 mutes out of that. So have fun. Dean, enjoy your extra mute power. We do finally have a caller. It just took 40 minutes. Why is it's not really surprising. Not muting the mod? No. It's Sparky paid for Dean to have that mute authority, Lynatti.
There's a lot on the menu here.
Yeah.
I like it.
You can literally be like, all right, I want this person to mute that person. Sparky kind of started that. It's great. All right. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good. And how old are you?
I am 22 years old.
22. Okay. And you're still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what's your name?
Jonathan.
Okay. So what's Donald Trump done to earn your continued support?
I just feel like he comes off more as a patriot to me. I'm not one of these people that say that America has done no bad things. We've done horrible things, right? We've committed genocide, we did war crimes, we lied to the people. And I get it. Trump is not the perfect character, right? Like he has a lot of things wrong with his personality that I'm sure we can agree on. But I also do feel like he just comes off as he loves this country. He stands up for the flag. He wants to preserve America. And when we get into this to the discussion, I feel like he's done a lot of things policy-wise that is going to benefit the country long term.
Great. That's actually what I asked you. I wasn't asking you about your feelings on the matter. I asked what has he done to earn your continued support. So let's get into those policies.
So the tariffs, right? ChatGPT is telling me, right? And I know this is 2026. Everybody uses it. It's domestic manufacturing.
Can you click on that clipboard? Sorry, can you click on that paper clip and then give me the source? I don't care about ChatGPT. You can use it if you want, but do not cite ChatGPT as your source. You can utilize it as a search engine, but click that paper clip icon. And what is that source?
I got you right now, Miss. Reuters. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Reuters. 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 Oh wow, Reuters. That domestic manufacturing has increased in the first half of 2026. So one thing that Trump, I feel like, as far as the research I've done, is he's trying to detangle our dependence on Chinese manufacturing. And
wait, is this just manufacturing activity?
Well, with jobs as well. As far as this report is telling me that domestic manufacturing jobs has increased in the first half of 2026. We have companies like TMC, Toyota, NVIDIA, bringing jobs back to the state.
Yes, okay. Fantastic. I love this. So we'll go over this with should we do 5 or 10 years on this chart? Queen.
Go
5 or 10 years.
Okay. Cool. Ooh, okay. So let's see. Manufacturing activity hits more than 4-year high Input prices elevated. Cool. So we'll show this for everybody. All right. So this is the Reuters article he's reading from. Our activity is not the same as jobs. All right. Yes, we have a slight uptick from June into July for jobs of 5,000. A very slight uptick where we actually, so let's go back to January. January, we had 12.6 million, 12,673,000 jobs in the manufacturing industry. And right now we're at 12,611.
Right. Right.
So, is that bigger or smaller than when he took office?
That is smaller than when he took office. For sure.
So we're not adding additional manufacturing jobs. We have bled them.
Well, that's fair enough. That's a fair point, but I think that we're on an upward what's the word? The momentum is shifting. We're going on the upwards trend, starting off 2026, and then by the end of this year, going into 2027,
starting
going into
off
2028.
2026. Okay, yeah. Well, I guess we are in a slight upward trend. I'll agree with that one because we were at 12.5. So, sure, yeah. But we're still at a loss of jobs. So
Yes.
okay.
I wanted to ask you this, like, what is your opinion on China as a, like, okay, like, that's a very broad question, right? But no, I just think that Trump is trying to take a stand against China, and I just wanted to ask you, like, your
What's wrong with
opinion
China?
what. I think that no, okay, I don't even think this is a fact. They're committing a genocide against the Uyghur Muslims, in far western China. That's human rights violations. That's war crimes. Then at the same time, they're suppressing political and personal freedoms. Just how in America you could go in front of the White House and scream F Trump, right? But if you go to Beijing and you scream F Xi Jinping, your family is going to disappear. So it's like, I feel like we don't share values with them, and we rely on them heavily for manufacturing. And I feel like we shouldn't be dependent on them. And they don't believe in freedom of speech, and they are, generally authoritarian. So, yeah.
Okay. So that's the prerogative of their government. Do I agree with it? No, but when did we become the world police?
We're not the world's police. I don't actually.
not.
Are we? Are we? No, I don't think we are. Well, I mean, you can make an argument for it, for sure.
If we're the world
far as-
police, who appointed the United States as such?
Well, I think if you are the world's police, you wouldn't really get appointed by anybody. I just feel like the most dominant country would just automatically assume that position, right? Like if Brazil, hypothetically, if they were the strongest country, they would, control. They would be. I don't like the term police because I feel like listen, I agree with you that American interventionism has done a lot of bad, right? Like we've overthrown many governments and it came to bite us back. But I also do think that we don't necessarily want China, Russia, and Iran running the shots around the world, and they're the country that's exerting influence for the most part, because I do think that we are the good guys, if that, I still believe that.
It's interesting
Hello?
that Japan got
Oh,
thrown
yeah.
into that mix.
No, I didn't say Japan. I said Russia, Iran, and China. I don't say Japan. I
What
don't
three
think I did.
countries did you hear? Because I might have heard it wrong.
I
And
said
I will
Russia,
admit
China,
that.
and Iran.
You heard Japan?
Russia, China.
I heard Japan, but
Claudia
maybe you
says
misspoke.
Japan.
Are you?
Okay.
No,
Are
I
you
said
so
I
what
said
is
Russia.
what is your claim? Is that the U.S. has never acknowledged this?
Acknowledge what?
What's happening in China?
We're one of the
No, I'm
countries
saying
that
that we acknowledge what's going on. I just feel like we
Okay.
should take a tougher stance against them, and I feel like Trump is going in that direction.
What has Trump said about it?
About specifically the ethnic cleansing of the Uyghur Muslims.
I'm not sure if he actually made a statement on it. Hold on, I can look it up for you right now.
Yeah, because I'm not going to deny that they are definitely engaging in ethnic cleansing and probably genocide. Yeah.
Okay, I looked it up on January 19th, 2021. He was not president at this time. Trump officially declared what China was doing to the Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang was a genocide.
Donald Trump wasn't president on January 19, 2021?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't he?
Yeah,
I
so-
mean, that. Oh, I
That's
don't think he
fine.
was. I think.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay. So what about Anthony Blinken? Do you care
What about
about
him?
what he said? Do you care about what he said?
I do, but I mean,
Okay.
Blinken or Lincoln? Is it Blinken or Lincoln?
Blinken.
Okay, Blinken. Yeah.
I think that's how you say it.
Okay, I'm not sure what
Do
he
you know
said.
who
You have to
that
enlighten me.
is?
I'm sorry. I do. He's
He
yeah.
was the one that
he's-
actually said it was a G-side and a crime against humanity, and he was a part of the Biden administration. So I think you actually have it
Okay.
confused between him and Trump, right?
Well, I'm pretty sure Trump made that statement, and like it's not mutually exclusive. Like they could have both made the statements.
I don't know.
For the
It
most
was
part.
very specific. It was quoted by him. I'm just saying, like, there's one administration that clearly said it, and the other one is going after China for like because they feel like they're attacking the U.S. right economically.
Right.
And so you're trying to like tie it back as if Trump cares about these people. Because I can agree with you, what's happening is bad, but I don't feel as though Trump's motivation for this is for these people, and you're just trying to like group it together to maybe make it seem like Trump cares about them. It's kind of a stretch.
Well, I can agree with you that Trump probably doesn't really care what's going on a
Yeah.
personal level. I just think that okay, this is my point. China, Russia, and Iran, right? Russia is currently engaged in a brutal war against Ukraine, and I feel like we, as the West, we should be supporting Ukraine 110%. For the most part, Trump
Great.
has continued to do right. We've continued to support Ukraine, right? And Russia actually buys a lot of their weapons from Iran and China. So the war that we're engaged in with Iran currently, diminishing their weapon stockholds and diminishing their military capability and generally taking their attention away from Russia and China, we're actually helping Ukraine indirectly because Russia is now, they can't buy as many weapons from Iran.
So we're
Yeah, and
engaging in a proxy war on behalf of Ukraine. That's a new one.
well, I wouldn't say we're engaged in a proxy war on behalf of Ukraine. I just think that the world, right? And I'm currently in school for like a geopolitical major. The world is chess, not checkers, right? And Russia, China, and Iran, they're on one side of the board, and then
I
America
would
and
argue it's
NATO,
more
we're
like
on
risk.
BRICS. Yeah, BRICS. Yeah, well, but that goes
No,
more
risk.
towards my point, right? Because
No risk.
BRICS,
It's more
right?
like the game of risk. Risk.
Okay. I get it. I thought you were talking about BRICS, like but
No.
I think that China, Russia, and Iran, North Korea, Afghanistan, you could throw them in there as well. They're on one side of the chessboard, and we're on the other side of the chessboard. And I feel like what Trump is doing, he's trying to basically combat that, right? When we captured the president of Venezuela, I call him a president, but he was really a dictator of
He
Venezuela,
was
Maduro.
still president, sworn in by his
He was a
Supreme
president.
Court.
Fair enough. But he was a dictator for the most part. And that there were people celebrating in Miami, right? And all these people, right, Venezuelan citizens that were celebrating were kind of just, like ignored for the most part by the mainstream media. And it's like, Venezuela was getting oil from Iran, and they were trying to cause more instability in the Caribbean, and they were also importing drugs into America. So,
Venezuela
Trump,
was exporting their oil to China.
right? That's yes, yes. Like, do you not think that it was a good move for us to get rid of him? Because
No.
No, like what did we gain?
well, I feel like we gained a geostrategic partner in Latin America that we could cooperate with better. And this is the thing. When we invaded Iraq, right, that was a disaster, right? I was, I'm 22, so I wasn't really around
Now we're in
to
the
witness.
Levant area. Okay. I'm just trying to keep up with
I need
where
a
we're
map
traveling. Where
with
my
push
passport?
pins.
No,
Yeah, I
no.
need a
This is
map
my
with push
comparison.
pins.
My comparison was this: is that when we invaded Iraq, we didn't have a plan of what came after. That's why there was so much sectarian violence after we invaded Iraq. That did not happen in Venezuela. There were so many news pundits, right? Don Lemon, CNN, all these people saying that when we took out Maduro, that it was going to be wide scale violence in Venezuela. That did not happen because the situation in the Middle East is very different than the situation in Venezuela. Also, Trump is he's trying to make a claim towards Greenland, because there's a lot of oil and natural resources up there. So for the most part, I think that Trump is trying to essentially ensure the long-term stability and prosperity of America by making these plays towards the Caribbean, the Arctic, by trying to get us more natural resources and combating these countries that are against us for the most part. So what would be your counter argument to that?
You didn't make an argument.
Well, that was my argument, man.
But you really didn't you didn't say really anything, like, to be honest with you. You just jumped all over the map.
I feel
So
like
I'm
I'm
just giving
missing.
some
But it's
feedback, like
geopolitics, though.
you have to clean that up, because you're saying that he's focusing on all these other countries and messing them all up, which what's going to end up happening, he's destabilizing all these countries. And when you destabilize a bunch of other countries, what that's going to do is force a bunch of people to start migrating to our country, which is going against what your party even wanted, which is they wanted to lessen immigration. Like, you jumped all over the map.
Yeah,
essentially.
I think I got all the countries that he said.
Right.
Well,
And on
I
top of
mentioned
that,
Iraq.
Donald Trump isn't even focusing on the health of the United States, right? You would think that he would be focusing on the state, literally the environment of the United States, right? What he's been doing to the land of the United States is destroying it, right? He deregulated the EPA, right? And then he's focusing on ramping up things that are more toxic to our environment, like data centers, which is actually going against what Americans even want. And then on top of that, he's focusing on making the cost of living even worse, right? By starting the war in Iran when they were closing the Strait of Hormuz, right? Then he's putting on all these tariffs on every single country around the world, which is making everything even more expensive. And he's making it even harder for people to find employment. So people can't even survive here to pay for anything or find even a place to live. So we're unable to live here health wise, and we can't even afford to live here monetarily. So your argument is he's focusing on all these other countries, moving in and destabilizing them, which is going to cause more people to come here, which is what technically you guys didn't want. But then on top of that, he's not even taking care of the country that we live in environmentally, health wise, and economically. So I don't understand how that's a positive plan for Americans.
Yeah, and Peeps, I don't know if you're joking with that one. Did you mention Antarctica?
No, I said the Arctic.
The Arctic. Okay.
What is it? That's okay. What part? What part of the Arctic? The Antarctic?
No, man, the Antarctic is the South Pole. The Arctic is like the North Pole.
Oh, the
so there's
North
a
part.
lot of
My bad.
No, you good.
Okay, so not that Arctic, the Greenland part. Yeah,
Greenland
okay,
in Canada?
I forgot. Sorry, you're just all over the world. I just got my fucking regions messed up. But yeah, that's so great for us.
And Brazil too?
So are we going to
I
plan on moving into these countries since America's being destroyed?
Okay, I've been writing down some notes on my laptop as we've been talking.
With a
Okay, so the
pen?
reason I'm right, the reason I've mentioned Iraq was because when we went into Iraq, it was a disaster, right? When we went into Venezuela and took out Maduro, it was not like that. If you look at what's going on in Venezuela today, there is no crazy sectarian violence.
Can you
There is
pause for a
no
second? Can you
civil,
pause for a
right?
second? Can you pause? Do you know the largest oil company in America? Do you know who they are?
I don't, ma'am.
I believe it's Chevron, right, Ari?
Yeah, it sounds
Chevron?
right.
What did Chevron say to Donald Trump to his face about the current condition of the oil system in Venezuela?
I don't know.
He said that it was not investable. So how was Venezuela in a good state for America?
Well, the people governing Venezuela now, they're much more on terms with us, right? To
But
put
the
it simply,
terms
not
that we
that.
wanted to go into Venezuela was for the oil, according to Trump. And if the largest oil company said to his face at that table that it was uninvestable in the current state, that just dismantled your own argument because we couldn't even move in to invest. I think that the CEO of Chevron would know that.
Exxon might be. I think it was Exxon actually.
Was it Exxon? Exxon,
Yeah.
shit, one of the two. The large one, whatever. I'm not in the oil business myself, but I know the fucker said that. So, can you tell me how it was in a good state for America if that was the whole point, was to get the oil, but it was uninvestable? And I believe it was uninvestable because we weren't fucking with Venezuela for like a minute.
Okay, so my response to that would be that Venezuela currently has a huge amount of oil reserves right off the coast of their country. That Maduro was a dictator for the most part. That's not even a controversial statement. I feel like most people would say that Maduro was a dictator. We got rid of him. He was pro-Iran, pro-China, and we installed basically a government that is more agreeable with the U.S. and that we could cooperate with better. Now, does this mean that we're just going to go to Venezuela and just start taking all of the oil and shipping it to the U.S.? No.
But the goal he said wasn't for regime change. It was for fucking oil, I thought.
But this is the thing. We're not like when
so
Venezuela.
you're agreeing that he's a liar.
Well, no, but Miss, this is what I'm saying. We are going to let Venezuela keep their oil. This is not a highway robbery
No,
where
but
it's like.
I thought Trump said that it was oil, not regime change. Am I tripping? I thought he said it wasn't for regime
No,
change.
Miss, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
So he lied.
I'm saying
so
it
you
was
like
about.
a liar. So you like a liar. I don't like liars
Mhm.
like that. So what's wrong with your morals? How are you gonna sit here and say China is all fucked up in the game?
Yep.
But then you sit here telling me that we got to get down with someone who just lied to your face. I think you need to question this whole degree that you're going after, because what the fuck is going on here? Like, you just straight up told me you cool with him lying to your face, and you trying to justify that shit. I don't like it.
I don't know if he really lied for real, because I'll tell you why.
You backtracking. He lied. How you gonna tell me this man didn't lie? I know when a man lying, sir. Respectfully.
Ma'am, listen to me. Ma'am, listen.
Son,
we are
listen
not,
to me.
Listen, we're not taking Venezuela's. It was about the oil, right?
Okay,
but what I'm saying
if it was
is that.
about the oil, then why are you talking to me about regime change?
Well, they go hand in hand. For us to get the oil, we have to do regime change, right? It's one thing leads to another.
No, that's not required. That wasn't required at all. All it was actually just working out a deal with them. That's all. Diplomacy could have been used. Also, guys, phone lines are still open for other Trump supporters,
Please.
MAGA conservatives, or Republicans to call in. Because I see that no one's called in since Jonathan here has been on the phone, and it's 915-974-3274. I'm not disconnecting you, Jonathan. I'm just reminding people because I like having people in the queue.
That's okay.
So, no, diplomacy could have worked instead of just trying to sanction them to death, because that's what Donald Trump has been doing since his first term when he first implemented sanctions. And then he had to acknowledge that he was wrong to a degree about the sanctions that he placed because in the economic downfall or the economic decrease that Venezuela was experiencing as a result, because he offered temporary protective status on his last day in office, his first term, to every Venezuelan. And then that was extended by the Biden administration. Then they rolled that back under his current administration when they went and took Maduro. What ended up happening was DHS Secretary at the time, Kristi Noem, also said, hey, we'll actually go ahead and offer any Venezuelan that comes asylum, acknowledging that they cause a potential economic crisis or a political crisis to people in Venezuela, that they would have to flee their country and claim asylum from the United States. By the way, the people that would be claiming asylum from the United States would be former Maduro supporters, because they would be the only ones that could run and claim asylum and claim that they were going to be attacked and claim political persecution from that sitting government.
Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Okay, that's a fair point. I just think that Trump, he's doing things that are unpopular right now, but I feel like in the long term, it's gonna benefit my country. That okay, let me ask you this: what do you think of
how is us
the
doing
cartel?
6 million other things in how many countries did you bring up?
Well,
One,
I
two,
had a
three,
reason.
four,
I had
five,
a
six,
reason for
seven,
every
eight,
country I've been.
9. How is him doing things in 9 other countries that you brought up supposed to, significantly make us better?
Okay, I have a good answer for that. I think.
Okay, and then I have a
Jonathan, you're funny.
Right.
Sorry.
Right. So Iran, right? Okay. So we're allies with Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and UAE. Correct? Those 3 countries. We're allies with them. When we started bombing Iran, those countries, they were actually, for the most part, okay with it. Like it's not like there was a big outrage, right? Because the Houthis, they operate out of Yemen. They're an Iranian proxy militia. They bombed Saudi Arabia and killed innocent Saudi Arabians on multiple occasions. So there's that. And then just generally, Iran is causing a lot of trouble in the Middle East. So
Can you
us
list
going
those
against
countries again for me? I got
Jordan,
UAE, Jordan, yep, okay.
Jordan, and
Uh-huh.
UAE, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia. That's our allies.
Okay.
And they're not really upset that we're bombing Iran. And I'll go a step farther and say they're happy we're doing it, because the Iranian proxy militias, right? Hamas, the Houthis, Hezbollah, they've been causing trouble within the Middle East, right? They're disrupting
and where
trade.
is Hezbollah at?
Lebanon. Right? And they've been causing trouble throughout the Middle East. And us combating Iran will actually make trade and economic growth in the Middle East more prosperous, which will benefit us because now we can conduct trade around there more easily, right? For the most part. I mean, and this is another thing too. Miss, do you know who Masha Amini is?
Are you talking about the current Ayatollah?
No, Masha Amini. Masha Amini was a woman that was killed under
I was going to
police.
say that's the wrong name, because that would be I think it's Manitoba Khamenei. So
Right.
making
Masha
sure you didn't
Amini.
say it completely wrong. So.
Right. She was a woman, right, that was brutally and wrongfully killed under Iranian police detention. And it's horrible, right? And it caused it caused huge. This is in 2023. It caused giant protests all across the country, right? Because even though I consider myself a conservative, I would also consider myself a feminist. Like, I don't know, that sounds great. This is just the life I live, right?
I don't think
like,
men can be feminists.
Really? Wow. Whoa, that's crazy. You're one of the first women most women, feminist
don't
women
care.
that I've spoken to have told me that men can absolutely be feminist. That is crazy.
I don't care. It's my personal opinion. I don't believe that men
Yeah.
actually have the ability to be feminists. I believe that they have the ability to be allies or accomplices with feminists, but I don't believe they have the ability to be feminists.
Okay, fair enough. But so Iran, right? Do you think that they're feminist?
The country?
I don't even think the
Yeah.
United States is feminist, so no.
So my thing is this, right? You're a liberal. You're on the left, right? You're
I'm not a
supposed to be
liberal.
standing up. You're not? So what do you identify as?
A
Progressive.
human. Oh.
Okay,
yeah,
a progressive,
that
right?
too.
So you're
I'm also human. Glub, glub, glub.
a progressive, right? So you're supposed to be standing up for progressive values, right? And Iran literally goes against everything you stand for, ma'am. So it's like, I don't understand
You
where
don't know what my values
they're
are.
called. Well, I know that they don't align with Iran's values because I know you
Oh,
respect
okay.
gay people and you respect women, and they don't do that over there. So I don't understand
Correct.
why is it
So
like,
here's my thing, right? I have never once believed that somehow my personal views need to be pressed upon other countries, right? Do I wish that they would evolve? Absolutely, right? I wish that they would. But it's funny that you call Saudi Arabia our ally and they treat women and gay people the exact same way that you see in Iran. You just don't hear about it as much, right? So, but there are allies, so just never forget that, right? Saudi Arabia, the people that funded Al Qaeda, that were able to attack us on 9/11, that the Gold Star families are still extremely upset that we had MBS in our White House, or the leader of Syria in our White House, who was a former Al Qaeda member. Yeah, just remember that. But there are allies. I'm not going to add Syria because I brought up Syria, just to be clear. But there's a couple of things. Moose wants to say, so he believes that because it's not America doing non-American things, America has the right to say what they do. Got it. How would he feel if Australia started doing the exact same thing to America, like taking out the leader, putting sanctions on the US because of how we treat gay and transgender individuals in this country and how we treat women in this country? Yeah, that's actually a great question. How would you feel if, let's just say, Australia did this similar things to the United States that we're doing across the world?
I would think it's unjustifiable and wrong.
Oh.
But it's a false
okay.
equivalence.
So
though.
no, it's not. Well, I'm just giving you another country that would have the ability to do this to us, right? And Australia it's slightly smaller than the United States. I'll agree. It definitely has fewer people than the United States. That's fine. I was just talking about the size in that instance. Also, next, thank you, Chicky. Said caller supports bombing for peace. Am I understanding that correct, Jonathan? You support the bombing of Iran for a goal of peace?
I believe in peace through war. Yes.
Oh, okay. So would you? And I think we might have done this with you last time you called in. The last time you called in as Seth, and you said you were 26. Yeah. Even though this time you told me
I can't give my real name. I can't give my real name. Like I'm over 18. I'm over 21.
Are you a super secret
You don't have to worry
agent,
about that. But I just can't give my real name.
Agent man.
Secret
Yeah, because your first
agent.
name definitely tells everybody exactly who you are.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Like, if you tell me your first name, I'm gonna know everything about you, like your social security number, birthday, where you live.
Also, we can give you recruiter phone numbers if you, since you love war, you believe in peace through war. The military is recruiting right now. Yeah, I can do a 3-way call. You want to have a phone call with recruiters? They're up until 8 p.m.
Fine.
A phone call with who?
The military recruiters. I've got which branch do you want? I got all 4.
You can't be serious right now.
Hello.
Why should I not be serious?
America. Like,
why would I want to speak to a military recruiter?
Because you believe in bombing other countries for peace.
And then you do it yourself.
Do you have a pen and paper?
Well,
I mean, in my personal opinion, I think if somebody is going to say that the United States military members, the armed service members who are putting their lives on the line, where we've already lost 18, have had over 600 people be injured as a result, and they are not getting the care that they need in order to treat their injuries, then you should be a body that goes and replaces them, because you are so much in support of Iran that you should also go and join them. And guess what? You don't meet the age cutoff for a single one of the branches, because you are 22 or 24 or 26. I don't know which age you are. So I can
I'm
give
actually
you.
24. That's the truth. I'm 24 years old. Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Even better.
Yeah, even better. You're the optimal age for them. So I can give you Army, Air Force, Marines, and Navy. Where would you like to start?
Well, let me ask you this. You told me you're
Why are you
progressive, right?
asking me another question?
Are you going to go fight
I
for
asked
every
you a
progressive
question.
value in person? So why should I fight for every conservative value that I
What
have?
progressive value would I fight for in person? Can you help me out with that? Because you don't know any of my values. I think I've made that clear. You've made your values clear, which is why I'm saying, like, if you truly believe and you support the war in Iran and you're definitely of
Yeah,
age to join,
right.
your ass
If
needs to
there's a
get out on
draft,
the
I'll
front
go.
lines.
I'll happily
So,
go. And if there's a draft, I will happily go. And
but
I'm
why
not
does
even
it need
kidding
to
when
be
I
a
say this.
draft? Sorry,
A
so sorry.
draft.
Why does it need to be a draft? Why do you need to be conscripted?
Because we're not on a full-blown land invasion level yet.
Oh,
Are you scared?
they more than likely won't
I mean, yes,
draft
I'm
even
scared.
for a full-blown
Everybody's
land
scared to go to war,
invasion. They
man. Come
didn't
on
do a
now.
draft for Iraq, so that's definitely
That's
not true.
embarrassing.
It's so interesting that you would have to be forced into going into the military, but you won't volunteer. Let's actually put you on the Navy. I heard that they need some people on their ships because the living conditions are so great.
Well, you're not okay. Here's the thing.
Donald Trump called the
You,
current living conditions on the USS Lincoln as fake news. So I understand that, Trump doesn't lie to us about those things. So it's definitely real. It's fake news. They're doing great, and they're getting all of the wonderful amenities. I would love to help you out with that and get you over to them. So we need to relieve
well,
the 600 plus soldiers that have been injured and the 18 that have died.
why do you not believe in peace through war?
Why do I not believe in peace through war? I don't believe in regime change wars, and I don't believe that anyone has made the United States of America the quote, the world police for us to then go into every country and dictate what other countries get to do. While I can disagree with them, absolutely, I believe that it should be handled through diplomacy, right? Instead of just dropping bombs on a household of three people that weren't a part of the IRGC, but we dropped a 2,000-pound bomb on them and we killed a household of three with a child inside, mind you. So no, I don't think that that's very ethical of the United States in committing obvious war crimes by
War
targeting.
crimes?
Yes, we've targeted schools.
Duh.
And we've targeted hospitals in Iran, in Tehran. Universities have been blown the fuck up in Tehran. So I don't know if you realize that, but that's considered a civilian target that's not supposed to be targeted by military. So that is absolutely a war crime. And I'm
But
sure
if
you're
the
familiar.
military
Are
is
you?
operating out of there,
We've also attacked
not a war
bridges,
crime.
civilian infrastructure. You're not supposed to attack
Mm-hmm.
that either. But we've attacked bridges, and we've actually taken out a desalination plant. So yes, the United States is absolutely committing war crimes. So and I'm also curious. You are familiar with what happened in Manab, correct? Since you support this so much, I would assume you would know these things.
What happened and where? I actually don't.
Manab?
Where is that?
Manab?
How do you spell that?
MINAB. Hey, Nancy.
Oh, yes, the school. We bombed the school over there. Yeah, that's
Yeah, where we killed 168 schoolgirls with just a
but
friendly reminder, guys. This was GPS targeting GPS targeted strike with not one, but 2 Tomahawk missiles that killed 168 schoolgirls. We double tapped a school.
Well, listen, civilian casualties are a part of every war. It sucks. It's
Oh,
horrible.
no. Hold on.
But
I'm not going to disagree that sometimes civilians can be in the wrong place at the wrong time. That is true. But targeting an elementary school, which is a blacklisted target according to international laws and according to our own law of war manual, it's a blacklisted target where we killed 168 schoolgirls with GPS guided missiles.
okay, but we're talking about schoolgirls, right? And in Iran, women are hanged for showing too much hair. I'm pretty sure 168 women have been hanged for showing a little bit too much hair.
Oh, see, that's a false equivalency. Thank you for engaging in a logical fallacy with that one. I would love for you to square the circle of the United States committing a war crime of killing 168 schoolgirls with GPS-guided missiles. Not
That's
once, but we
horrible.
double tapped it.
That's horrible.
Just so you know, double tapping is absolutely considered a war crime.
That is horrible. But if we were to
But
overthrow
okay,
the
so
government of
pause,
Iran,
Jonathan, I'm going to help you out with something. I don't know if you were never taught this when you were a kid. Maybe your mother didn't tell you this. Maybe your father didn't tell you this. But when you make a statement, right, that's horrible, comma, but you've invalidated the first part of your statement. So you've just told me with that one word, but, even if you add however or yet, you've invalidated the first part of your statement, meaning that you don't actually believe that first part of your statement. So now you've shown me with your own use of the English language that you don't actually care, you don't think it's horrible that 168 schoolgirls were killed by the United States military. I'm talking about holding us, the United States military,
price of
to
war.
the stop. No, it's not the price of war. The price of war would be your ass on the fucking front lines and getting killed. That would be the price of war, you dumb motherfucker, you pussy ass bitch. I'm not even gonna lie about you.
man,
Oh
I
yeah,
was being
I
so respectful.
know.
You really
Yeah, no, I know. I'm sorry, you're a PAB. It's not the price of war. It is actually a war cry. And I'm asking you, I'm telling you to hold the United States of America to better standards than you hold any other country in the fucking world. But instead you say it's the price of war. And then you pull a whataboutism. What about Iran? I'm sure they've killed and hung 168 women. I'm sure they have. And it's fucking deplorable. And they should be taken to the ICC and taken and held to account by the international criminal bodies that have been appointed. They should be taken to The Hague that have been appointed as the people that actually hold countries to justice, hold people to justice when their own country won't do it themselves. That's how it should be going. They need to march in front of the fucking Hague, and so does fucking Pete Hegseth. So does fucking Donald Trump need to march in front of the fucking Hague for killing 168 schoolgirls and then killing a family of 3 that had nothing to do with this goddamn war. You want to justify that?
yes, I think.
Why
I can.
can't they go in front of the Hague? Why do you have to pull a whataboutism? Justify the death of 168 schoolgirls.
I'm not going to do a whataboutism. I'll justify it.
Okay. Do you have a pen and paper, by the way?
This sounds really effed up, and I know this sounds horrible, right? But civilians die in every war. It's horrible. It's deplorable. Yes, it's a tragedy. But if you don't
actually care. Thank you for doing it again. I have already explained to you how English sentence structure works. What it means when you say the word but after you make a statement, you do not care. You have invalidated the first part of your statement when you said the word but. You don't think it's horrible. You don't think it's deplorable. You don't think it's a bad thing. You are still here justifying it. And yet you will not take your pussy ass out of your fucking house and go down to the recruitment statement and sign up for this war that you believe in. Unenroll from school. Guess what? Even better. Once you leave and you enlist in the United States military, your college will be free, buddy. Completely free, paid for by the government, paid for by my tax dollars. Take your little feet, your size 5 child size feet, out the fucking house and go enlist in the United States military. Instead of calling me on a fucking Thursday saying, being in support of the United States killing children in another country. Thank you, Dean, for the 5. Dean wants to remind you that holding progressive views is quite different than advocating for peace through war. When should I call your local recruiters and tell them when to expect you?
When we killed all of those...
Nah, I'm okay.
Child.
I'm not listening to people justify it.
Child, if y'all don't clear out this woman's goal, I mean...
I have to take it down a little bit. Thank you, Fuzzy Logic, for Peace Through War. His real name must be Orwell. Fucking. As somebody that has an actual size 5 shoe, guys, don't hate me. Like, I actually have a size 5 foot, so there is a reason I said that. I have to do math now. And I wanted Cheeky to see your 8647, which is why I left that up there, but it was down further before that, so 32. Okay, I know where I gotta go now. And I do this without a calculator. No hate on anyone that needs a calculator. I just use my brain. I math real well. I do have tiny feet. Okay. All right, guys. Hi. Before we move on to the next caller, we're going to do a quick PSA. Kayla, why is your heart meat grayed out? Oh, I'm actually a little bit offended by you, Kayla. Kayla.
Before you do the PSA, I just wanted to say big thank you to Claudia for the $40 on the Blue app that just said thank you and great live. Appreciate the support. And if you're in here from the block and you're not following Ari already, what are you doing? This is mine and Bill's. We call her our TikTok boss, our TikTok manager. She keeps us on track. And so make sure you send her a follow, send your daily heart me if you haven't, do all of the good things. And of course, Hector Raiders, aka Milk Dud Raiders. I'm sorry if my microphone is super low. I'll try to be louder. Milk Dud Raiders and Erica Raiders. Tap the screen.
Yeah, we saw you. I'm sorry.
Like at 100K likes, but we need to be so much further up. We should at least be at 150K likes. 200K likes is the goal by the end of the stream. Depending on how many hours, it should be 100K likes an hour. So we are behind. It should be at 150K by now. She does have just 54 and some change left on the goal, but we love a good surplus. So go ahead and knock that out. And of course, if you are a supporter of this administration or a Republican or a conservative, go ahead and give us a quick call. I know you wanted to do the own PSA. If you want to add to that, go
you're
for
good.
it. But
I was going to remind everybody. I didn't know.
Go for it.
We talked about so many countries in one call.
Yes.
But if you guys are watching over on YouTube, be sure to be hitting that subscribe button. Subscribing is free. Going to that link in the description for Queen's channel and go hit subscribe over there. Go hit subscribe over on Bill. We support the block over here on my channel, and I love them both so much. We're personal friends. We're going to eventually meet in person. It just hasn't happened yet.
Yes.
Shauna, thank you for the 5, said you whipped that trick. That's hilarious.
Yes. And thank you, Shauna, for the 5 is nails.
Be sure to be following Queen on all of the apps and all the socials that she goes on. So there we go. Trump is the new Jesus. That's a choice.
Then we're all going to hell.
Yeah, that's a choice. That's for sure. Down with the block. Thank you. Oof. I don't know what I had to do there, but it felt like something. Felt like I had to sneeze for a moment. All right. But we do have another caller, so let's see.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing well. How old are you for terms of service?
43.
43. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, in a way. It's not a full support. It's not like I like it. It's kind of just I have left with no choice. But I did listen to the previous call, and I love the conversation because I'm Iranian. And that was just an amazing conversation. I wish we could continue that conversation, you and I. Hello?
So your choice on when I ask somebody like, do you still support Trump? Like you don't have to choose another politician. It could just be simple as you don't support him.
No, it's not full throated. You don't completely have to support someone. It's just enough to get you over the hump of saying I support him in some things, but not everything. But you know, like I want Medicare for all. I would definitely
Then
think
why
that
on earth would you vote for Trump?
like I'll explain. I don't want everything. You know, it's a buffet, and you want this, but not everything. But you know, on the board of all the things that I want, there are things that are priorities, and in my opinion, I actually was an Obama supporter, a Bernie supporter, and
Obama
so
had
I've come from
100%
full
of the
circle.
vote. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, but you know, and Obama also said after his presidency that the presidency is more than just one person, one man. And so, I mean, a lot of the things that I see with people hating simply Trump himself as though he's like, you know, pinnacly responsible for it all. It is bigger than him. He is just a man. He does do executive orders. He does have control and power. However, there's influence. There's other powers there. We know there's lobbying interests and there's corporate interests. There's a lot of things at play to just blame one man and just say, write it all off like he's, you know, if he's Jesus, we're going to hell. You know, and they came up with this whole.
That's why I say Republicans, conservatives, MAGA, and Trump suck. So I mean, I'm pretty open with my dislike here.
The jury's out on that. I mean, you have to understand half the country, or somewhat about half the country, likes him, right? I would assume that you would not, by that statement, you're probably saying almost half the country is delusion.
Why would I? No, why would I say that?
No, then what do you think about the people who like him? Then what's wrong with them?
Oh, I think MAGA supporters, people that still self-identify as MAGA, which is truly not a lot of people. I think that they display cult-like mentality on almost a daily basis.
I can agree to that.
I was actually surprised Jesse Waters, who was one of the biggest Trump glazers, was like, I'm not gonna call out John Ossoff. You know what? Trump's done worse, and I've supported it. So I guess I can't call him MAGA anymore because he actually managed to have some kind of spine for once.
Yeah, I mean, to sit here and take points on who does what and whether or not they rise to the level of MAGA, it really doesn't make sense to categorize them. These people have a vote, and whether or not they group themselves in a MAGA or not, they have a vote. They voted together. The moderate conservatives voted alongside the radicals, and so the division within the Republican Party is not as clear as it is in the Democratic or left-wing party.
Right. That's why 5 of his endorsed candidates in Florida lost in their primaries.
Yeah, and I feel like that division is getting bigger and bigger within the left. Progressives, which I was proudly a member of progressives, have stoked a lot of fear in moderates, and they can't really sing along on the same message, whereas the Republicans kind of, while they see and recognize that MAGA is kind of ridiculous in many ways, cult-like, and their behavior is foolish, they are proud of they welcome their vote. They want the vote. They tolerate that radical insanity because it services their vote.
So they're sheep?
No, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I can't.
Oh, yeah, they
I'm not
follow a
MAGA.
shepherd. Right now, Donald Trump is their shepherd.
I mean, that's a good analogy, but it is a leader of a movement, and he's also very opportunistic in that he goes, yeah, you could call him that. I don't mind. You could call him whatever you want, but it doesn't make a difference calling him sheep or not. These people are voting for a leader, and that man is more than happy to take their votes. So
I
whether
mean,
or not they're sheep,
he's also really happy to take their money, so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, just like the left, the progressives also get money from very nefarious areas. while they claim to say, oh, we don't take money from corporate tax and whatever, they do have a lot
Who
of
do you
funding
say?
from.
Who are you claiming that's on the left? I'm actually curious.
I mean, that is a question that you already know the answer to. You just want me to peg an answer to it. And there are a
No,
lot of
I'm
people who
just
are.
yeah, like who? I'm just asking, like who do you consider to be the left?
Bernie Sanders,
I would agree.
would he be on the would he be on the extreme left, or do you want a moderate Democrat type of left?
No, I'm just asking, like, who do you consider on the left? I would agree Bernie Sanders is to the left.
I think he's probably to the left, but not as much as maybe an AOC or this new generation, the Al Sayeds and the Mamdanis. They're getting a little bit extreme. And I think like this guy, Bernie Sanders probably does the same thing as Trump. He probably just tolerates.
Hold on. Wait.
these
Hold on.
extremists.
I just 1 second. Okay.
What do you think extreme left is?
I'm actually curious. I want to dig into this. What were the policies that you liked from Bernie Sanders? Because you were a Bernie bro, and I typically don't deal with questioning prior elections because dude dropped out in 2016 and 2020. So, but what were the policies that Bernie you liked? So Bernie.
This is in order of priority. My number one policy, and this is what turned me on to him since I was like 18 and able to vote, was the fact that student loans should be forgiven and higher education should be free for STEM or, for public colleges that are giving, college education for viable and good degrees, not just some like wacko degree that doesn't need, it's not necessary for society and economics and stuff. So
Sure.
That was a big one for me because I feel like that is destroying the world, not just in the United States, but global economy, because the accumulation phase of 18 to 45-year-olds, 18 to 35, I guess, in the United States affects the global economy. These people are growing in a world where they're under a lot of debt and pressure. $1.8 trillion now, up over $1 trillion since I started supporting Bernie Sanders back when the debt problem was under $1 trillion. So it's like I saw that problem way early on, and it turned me on to him more than anything. Second to that, I think Medicare for all or universal healthcare is an absolutely vital thing. People do not have a choice like they do in capitalist systems. Capitalism means that you have a choice, an option to go into the market and buy or not buy, whether it's a luxury good or a regular staple. This is not a choice. You can't choose not to have a liver transplant. You need something. You're forced into the healthcare system. And so there's a for-profit system around that, and that doesn't make sense. I think because there's no consumer choice, there cannot be a capitalist for-profit model within healthcare, and it's really, really corrupt. And so for that reason, I think Medicare for all should be a conservative position. The Republicans and the conservatives should champion this more than the liberals and Democrats.
Okay. Did you have other policies?
I mean, everything else kind of caved towards that. I mean, he had some great talks about, infrastructure and how important it was to make sure roads and bridges were clean and workable and how it affects everyone. And these things, alongside many others, retirement, having subsidies for, companies, private corporations to invest more in retirement. I think that was one of his positions I really enjoyed because there was a tax subsidy to be able to fund 401k plans in a government. So government would give more subsidies for them to do so. It was a lot of these things, but everything was like shading. It was like a shadow compared to those two. And the biggest one was the student loan forgiveness fees, which is still an exacerbated problem being ignored today by everyone. Everyone.
Yeah. So what makes Mamdani so like extreme left when he also supports free public college, Medicare for all?
I'll tell you why. Because they have created an ideological reason to go.
No, I asked what
forward with
policies. I don't care about your ideological weirdness that you want to go down, but I'm asking about policies. What are those that are so far left?
Well, yeah, the ideas are forming into policies. And so basically, it's based on an ideology that creates policy. And I'll give you an example. To somehow go into this whole like rigmarole of getting a position against Israel, for example, Now, I don't have to be a Zionist or be a Zionist or not be a Zionist. Nobody has to be on either position. Why go into a conversation about a foreign issue when you're a mayor? Why waste your time in order to garner political points with people instead of talking about the things that matter? This is the man who also stands at the podium saying that he wants to talk about things that matter, but these are not things that matter to the kitchen table people. And,
It actually is. People
yes,
do
explain to
care
me how
about that in
Israel
his
matters to the
city.
kitchen table people.
Okay, yeah, for the people that are only worried about their bottom dollar, yeah, but they also worry, like, for people that are engaged in politics, that is actually something that they do care about.
So I'd like to understand how specifically being engaged in a war with Iran or having an ally like Israel.
Yeah, so
In any
actually,
way.
yeah, so the war that we're actively engaged in Iran, by Marco Rubio's own words, we got into because of Israel.
Okay, and how is that going to affect the kitchen table with the people who are in our country who
Increasing
have a hard
gas
time
prices, increasing the cost of food, because fertilizer is one of the main things that flow through the Strait of Hormuz along with oil. So we have increased gas, so it's hurting people's bottom dollars, increased costs when they go to the grocery stores every fucking week, which is why he created a public grocery store, right? So yes, that actually affects people at the table. So when people turn on the news and they hear clips of Marco Rubio saying that the reason why we had to attack Iran first is simply because of the fact that Israel was going to do it and they told us they were going to do it, so we had to get them before we got, is basically how we summarize that. So yeah, we absolutely started a war on behalf of Israel because Marco Rubio acknowledged that.
Can I respond to that? The idea that we believe gas prices have increased simply because of a war. It's interesting because also COVID and other issues that have geopolitically been around other than this war or economically that trigger gas prices to go up are possible. So, the fact that you're connecting with the price of oil and crude.
Are you not aware that do you know who the IAEA is? Or is not the IAEA, the EIA? The EIA.
Yes.
I said that wrong. So you know about our government body, right? Our energy.
Yes.
Cool. So are you not aware that in December of 2025, they were estimating that the cost per barrel for oil was going to drop below $59 per barrel?
Right.
So you're aware of that. Okay, fantastic. Okay, I don't care about what you're saying, like it should have gone even lower. I'm asking, like, you're aware that in December of 2025, our EIA said that price per barrel of oil was going to drop below $59 per barrel.
I wasn't aware of it, but I trust your judgment. I trust that you're correct. Okay.
So, great. And now, just today, our price per barrel for oil is $86.32. You're telling me that has zero to do with the war in Iran?
I didn't say it's zero, but I'm saying it's complex. There's also an oil cartel globally.
You would agree that it is a global market?
Yeah, but
and how much oil flowed through the strait?
I think about 30% of the global economic.
Right, and then how much oil flows through the Red Sea with Saudi Arabia?
It's probably another 15 to 20%.
Right, and now Saudi Arabia is not putting out as much. It absolutely has an effect right now because the Houthis from Yemen are attacking ships in the Red Sea because they are advocating on behalf of Iran. Not that I agree with them, but that's absolutely happening, which is why we saw a spike in our oil, our crude and Brent oil prices increase per barrel, because this is a global market. So you're saying that in some way that a bottleneck, a chokehold of, let's just say 45% of the world's global supply of oil is not the biggest factor in our current cost of our oil prices?
You know what? I'll give it to you because if you want to say that statement and I agree with you, what you'll end up doing is step into another problem, because then you have to concede that you're okay with having the Ayatollahs in Iran have control over this global energy source.
I'm not okay with it, but guess what? They didn't have
Well, I didn't
control of
speak.
it prior to February 28th of 2026. If we hadn't started this war, everything would have been flowing just fine. Fertilizer would still be flowing through the strait with no chokehold. Oil would have been flowing through the strait with no chokehold. Oil would have been flowing through the Red Sea with no chokehold from the Houthis
Okay.
in Yemen. Like
If
this
I
all
yell,
occurred. This all
please stop me.
occurred because we started a war, an unnecessary war in Iran.
Oh, listen, if I yell, please stop me. I think it's like we go just to get loud over each other. You're just going to think like
I'm
somehow you have an impactful statement.
exasperated. It's called speaking with your diaphragm.
understand. So am
Try
I.
it sometime.
No, I understand. I am also, for many
Don't be
reasons.
so
It's not just on
sensitive.
one side, from both sides. I think it's not even sensitivity. It's in fact losing your
It
cool,
is.
doing ad hominems, getting
She's
loud. These are things
fine.
that are not going to help your
She's fine.
conversation. Okay, so
The
we're going to move past
conversation's
that.
fine. You're the
I
one
want to talk about.
derailing it.
Am I yelling? Am I loud? Because I'm in headset. I don't know.
Hey, no, you're
Let
derailing
me
it
know.
by trying to tone police her. Just
No,
calm down.
it was too
You'll
quick.
be
I
okay.
wanted to get over that. So
You'll be
forget
fine.
about the yelling. I just said my point. But the idea is that you're right. We shouldn't be creating a conflict in the Middle East and then having these results, which impact the entire world. Now, while I agree with that sentiment, I want to tell you that it falls on a backdrop of 48 years that this regime is in power because of the actions of the United States. If you want to somehow ignore history, where we are the responsible party as to how this regime got into power in the first place, us and the British, the
Oh, I'm
United
aware.
Kingdom.
You're not telling me
Okay,
anything
then.
new.
So
I've been well
since
aware of
we are
that.
since we
Yeah.
are the
See,
responsible
this
party,
is what
the
happens
United
with
let me finish.
United States imperialism and Western ideology of imperialism
Oh,
imposing their will upon other countries and creating
So here's
banana
derailing.
republics and creating banana republics and then upsetting the population within the country that then wants to overthrow their placeholder of a leader and
The
get
other
him
voice
out.
said derailing is wrong, right? Imperialism is another conversation. Are you against imperialism?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Well, then you should be then against every country is on earth because they've all been somehow colonialized or imperialized. You can't make everyone go back to where they came from. It's not necessary.
I'm not
it's not a
asking
wrong
for
thing.
that to occur. In the 21st century, we should not be engaging in imperialism. What happened, and I'm
why are
talking
you-
about,
why
no,
are you
you're going
right?
to pause for
What-
a second. You're going to
Okay,
pause
I'll
for
be
a
pausing,
second.
but tell me why you're
dude.
right as to why we
Stop
shouldn't do
for a
imperialism.
second,
You tell me.
dude.
I was specifically talking about why imperialism didn't work in 1953 when Project Ajax was operated within Iran, where we made sure to fund the overthrowing of the democratically elected leader of parliament, or not the leader of parliament, but the democratically elected leader that was dissolving parliament after the populace there voted for it.
You're right. Imperialism is wrong, but it happens and it's natural. It's part of history, and it's wrong sometimes.
Yes,
and then sometimes
MG.
it's right.
It's not.
There
It's
are
not
ti-
natural. It's not
it
natural.
actually is part of our
It's
species.
man does it. It's not natural.
Yes,
Yeah,
that man
it
is part of
doesn't
nature.
naturally occur.
Would you say we're part of evolution?
No.
We evolved from
Indigenous
what
people were
species?
in the United States. Indigenous people were in the United States, predominantly living in a matriarchal society, fine on their own until
And those
group
indigenous people
came
also
in and
imperialized upon each other.
colonized it. That is not a natural occurrence.
No, that's
Okay.
wrong. I'm gonna have
And
to
the
push
issue,
back because
and the issue,
they
I see it.
imperialized upon
The
each other
issue,
and killed
stop
each other.
speaking over me. Stop speaking over
I'm sorry.
me. You've been ranting this whole time, and I'm finally speaking. You're being rude. Calm down.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you're very sensitive. The
No,
issue
go
that
ahead.
we
I'm sorry.
have here is that you think that Mom Donnie is extreme left. You do not know what extreme left policies are in the first place. That's why you're having a hard time understanding any of the concepts that we're discussing. Until you
Am
get
I-
a firm understanding of what extreme left even is, then we could be on the same level of understanding to have this discourse. But you don't even know what that is in the first place to even have a conversation on it, because Mom Donnie is not extreme left at all.
Prove to me that I don't
isn't
know
a
what
candidate
extreme left
running
is.
that's extreme left. Tell me
Explain
extreme
to me.
left policy.
Give me a basis. Give me a basis for
I
your
can give
argument.
you
You're saying I don't know.
I can give you one. Eliminate immigration and have no borders. That's an extreme left policy.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys even disagree
How
with
is
each other.
Mondami? When has Mondami ever said that?
I mean, it's not that he would say that or not. I'm not even focused on that issue. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying is you said that he was an extreme left. He's not.
No, but you're
You did
creating a
so
bar
you
for
didn't
someone.
understand. You didn't
You
understand
just
what you were
created one
saying in the
thing.
first place.
You
So you got
no,
lost
you
in the
plucked
sauce by
out.
trying to bring in
No, you plucked out
the I
one thing, and you
country and
say,
these
"Do I?"
ideologies. You just didn't know what you're talking about. So sorry.
One thing.
Eli, do you like capitalism, right?
Yes.
Okay, capitalism got you. So
No.
Yeah. Claudia, it's him fixing the pothole, isn't it? Yeah, I guess
yeah.
that's extreme left. Like that if you're a democratic socialist, you're not extreme left.
No, you're not.
Sorry.
Like, oh
Like
gosh.
you're just not, like by definition. Like so sorry.
WMG for the pay to kick on Eli. Megan, he doesn't have Megan, I didn't have a chance to ask him this because we were just over it. Megan said, please explain how voting for Trump helps people with student loans. He literally just announced he's shortening loan terms for existing loans and got rid of Biden's loan forgiveness. They also got rid of the current existing IDR plans that were already in existence. And they created a new one that actually increases payments, even though they claim it lowers it. It doesn't. And also, thank you, James, for the goal payment as well. Fair Dinkum, Ari, you are a champion dealing with these people. Dinkum? What is a Dinkum? I'm going to look that up right now. Dinkum.
And I just really quickly, thank you, Dean, for the $5 on the Blue app. It says, as a lifetime Star Trek fan, I'm with you on the no borders or immigration laws. W. Dean.
I'm not saying I even agree with that. Like, I believe that
that is an extreme left policy.
It is.
Like,
that would be an extreme leftist policy. I agree. But nobody's campaigning on that.
Not one candidate has said abolish immigration.
There is one in New York City that has. One of the people running for the House, but she's rolled it back. I'm always forgetting her name, so Lenati might be able to. It's not Claire Valdez, but it is the other woman that was a DSA candidate. If someone remembers who it is,
I could see that, but yeah.
Also, Linetti, I'm going to close the lines. I didn't even realize the time. Okay, so we're going to suspend new calls. There we go. Okay. The next two will probably just be super quick. All right. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
Doing great. How old are you for terms of service? Bye, Babs.
I am 18 years old.
You're 18 years old. When did you graduate high school?
In 2009.
Okay, have a good one. He said 2009. If you were 18, you're either graduating in 2027 or you graduated this year.
That's when I graduate.
Okay, bye. You were negative years.
Like what? Okay, boo.
That was fantastic. I love it. Well, no, I see. That's it, Kilo. I asked him what year did he graduate high school. Also, if he was born in 2009, it wouldn't make him 18. Like, y'all are... fair dinkum is a classic Australian slang phrase meaning true, genuine, honest, or real. Oh, thank you, Ozzy. I just looked up dinkum, and it's a game that's actually inspired by the Australian outback, and I thought that was cool. So... Got you. Thank you, Ozzy. I might say that to somebody and they'll think it's an insult and I'll laugh. Because, yes, Americans will think it's an insult. So, because we don't know words.
True.
Hi, how are you?
I'm a piss, niggers.
That sounds like a personal problem, my guy. Why would you do that?
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
That's all right. I muted them so we can't hear them anymore. and he didn't realize, so he can't hear me. Now he can't hear you either. Oh, he hung up on his own. Okay, that's cool. Because he just didn't realize, I guess, that like when you say it the way that he did, no one understands it because it comes out garbled. No, it wasn't Claire Valdez that campaigned on that. It was somebody else. Because I remember reading Valdez's platform and what she, hold on, DSA House candidates, New York City. I will know it when I see it. Was it Daria Lisa? It was either Daria Lisa or no, it was Daria Lisa. If I remember right. No borders. Yeah. Yep, Mamdani backed congressional candidate to lead a post calling to seize private property, abolish police, borders, and prisons. So
That's
yeah,
literally that's 3 extreme left policies right there.
in
The
one
seize
go.
private property, abolish the. Actually, it would be all prisons and go for reform, and then the no borders.
And he's relitigating social media posts from half a decade ago and continuing to champion an outdated politics that failed to serve us. I have grown considerably in the years since these tweets, and I am focused on our community and our community's future. So she's rolled back from her policies when she was younger. That's what I was like. I only knew of one candidate that had actually spoken out about it in some way, shape, or form, and it was Daria Lisa Avila Chevalier. That should be Chevalier,
I mean,
right?
that makes sense. As you get in there, you realize you got to go pragmatic, unfortunately. I mean, that makes sense with America.
It's also just growing up, right? Because a lot of us, do you guys all have the same ideas that you had from 10 years ago? Oh, sorry, I can't do 10 years ago. Let me go back further. 15 years ago. 10 years ago, it would still be Trump. So that's why I'm like, never mind.
Yeah.
I can't do
Yeah.
10. No, hell
No.
nah, no.
I would say I would start at 20
Hell
because 20
no.
would land me
Nope.
in high school. I was
Hell
a lot
no.
more extreme in high school. I was a lot more extreme when I was in high school.
There you
know.
go. No, not
And
at
then as
all.
I become an adult, that's going to change, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Because you
I've
actually
gone
start
further.
paying taxes, and I became a mom eventually, all that types of shit.
Oh wait, you're a mom? Oh no. Where's your husband?
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh no,
no.
but I'm happy. I'm an unmarried mother. I'm the happiest woman. Oh shit. That's crazy. What am I gonna do? Here comes the hate train. No.
Well, here's the thing, right? We already know that Republicans actually don't stand by what they believe in.
Claudia.
That actually was people are so dumb, they don't know what they say. So listen, right? Like I had different beliefs too. Okay. I mean, I'll be honest about it. So I had a friend, well, they weren't a friend, they were acquaintance from high school, that I learned after I graduated high school that they ended up coming out as transgender. And it was a man that was now a trans woman and was still dating women. And I was like, that confused me. It confused me. But then I was like, wait, women like women, so that's not actually a problem. I like women. I had a friend, an actual friend in high school that is trans. And before they came out as transgender, and they date men, right? They date men, but they were severely like ick about women's parts. And I mean like ick. If there was one time I made a joke to them, and I said, you came out of a woman's vagina, and they literally like pulled back in revulsion.
Oh my goodness.
It was the best thing. I love them. They're great. But yeah, so it's like these things change, right? Even they change their original views where they're like, well, now, I'm not actually offended by a vagina. So
Oh my goodness. It actually doesn't make me that upset.
yeah. So listen, it's just like Judy. It's just like when I joke with people. Well, sorry, it's not a joke. They don't realize what I'm saying, and I know they don't realize what I'm saying. But when I ask the 18-year-old specifically that want to argue abortion, when was the last time that you've touched a woman's vagina aside from your mom's? They think I'm implying incest. I'm saying that you've not touched a woman since your mother gave birth. So people don't understand jokes.
I feel a little bit, maybe I feel a little bit uneducated. What about a cesarean?
I mean, no, you wouldn't have touched your mother's vagina unless you were breech, because there have been times where someone has, had to have a cesarean where the foot has
so
actually.
I would have been like, never. I would have been like, I never have.
Oh, that sucks.
Gotcha. I would have gotcha. Y'all
Yes.
listening.
Yeah. Peach, thank you for being a member. Said folks don't understand sarcasm or humor. They don't. I agree. Which also, hold on, I want to see something. When was did we get any? Nope. All right. Next time I come on live, I'm going to ask the YouTube chat to bring in some new members, because I haven't had any new members for a minute. I love you guys, and I know times are hard, but I appreciate you guys knocking out the live goal, finishing it off and everything. Thank you, MG, for the cherry on top of it as well, and paying to kick the last guy that just... Apparently, you can't increase an octave in your voice or speak with your diaphragm because then you're yelling. I mean, should have known, right? And also, apparently, I need to get out and fight for progressive views, but couldn't tell me what that progressive view would be that I would be going out to fight for, or how I would fight for that.
What you about to go do?
Me?
Yeah,
I mean, I go out and protest. Isn't that fighting for my progressive ideology?
I thought you was. And then they get mad when you go do it.
I couldn't get past Trump making names for people like your 4-year-old nephew at the time. Yeah. I can't get past the fact that I have, sorry, that's a different thing. Yeah, listen, I can say, like, Setku, that I've definitely been like, why are you yelling when someone's just projected their voice a little bit? It does happen. It is, getting a little confusing. And then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I link all the time, but my friends don't like debates. Oh, that's fine, Emily, thank you. This isn't for everybody, and when I don't have debates, as you guys see at the beginning of the stream, I will go through news. I prefer to do that if I'm by myself flying solo, and I prefer to have calls when I'm flying with a co-host. So, just say that. What do you think, since they don't like... Oh, by the way, guys, socializing is socialism. I'm going to pull up that clip. I'm going to show it to y'all. Hold on. Monica, are you still here? I would recommend this to you, but it's so expensive to get, which is why I don't recommend this to people. But
appreciate that.
I'm gonna post this later. I don't know exactly when, but I want y'all to just... Sure, as long as you also explain to me... That won't go over here. Okay. How a billionaire cannot be a capitalist.
How can a billionaire not be a socialist? Now, I'm going to explain to you how. Because he socializes with his friends. He socializes with who built the reflection pool that is just messed up, sorry. They just messed up.
The United States taxpayers?
Yeah, exactly. That's socialism. Okay, so then guess what? It's family money. It comes all off of socialism. The richest people in the world come off of socialism.
Sure, as long as you all... Guys, socialism is socializing. I just want to remind you of that.
What the hell?
So I guess, why do you, I clicked the
The
wrong thing.
refreshing pool. Yes, Jen.
The refreshing pool, and billionaires are socialists because they're socializing.
I want that on a shirt. Just socialism is socializing.
Ooh. North Side, are you around? Are you still here? Did you hear that? If not, I'll
I'd
send
buy
you a
it.
message. North Side, I need a
would.
new I need a new design.
Yeah.
Socialism
Like,
equals
that's a good
socializing.
one. Socialism is socializing.
If you talk, you're a socialist. Sorry, not sorry.
That's a banger.
Left of right is socialism. Okay. Go to t-shirt on it. Perfect. Thank you, Northside. Okay, guys. That's as much ad-libbing as I can get to run over the 2-hour mark. So if you guys are still in here, thank you so much for being here. If you haven't hit that follow or that subscribe button, do it right meow. I expect to see you guys back in my chat on Monday. I'm not sure 100% if I'll be on Sunday, so we'll try. But definitely back on Monday. Who do I have with me on Monday? I don't think I actually have anybody on Monday. Where's my... Oh, I closed off Monday. Wait, no. Yes, I did. Okay. Monday's just me, y'all. It's just me. It's just me. So come back on Monday, and we'll see you then. And again, YouTube, I want to see some memberships fly across the screen. Even if it's just 5. I'm good with 5. You know what I mean?
Pew, 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 pew.
And be sure, if you haven't already, hit that plus sign next to Queen's name. TikTok, can you get her over 3,000 coins while I'm still talking? Hit that plus sign next to Queen's name. Hey, John. And if you have it on YouTube, go to that description and hit that follow button.
Thank you.
Yemi, I'm
That
not
was
sure when
fast.
the next time that I'm on the, thank you so much, John. On the line with Jovan. I know next week I have a lot of days planned for this. Ooh,
That was so cute.
That's the gift I gave y'all earlier. The
the
otter
cutest.
is my favorite. Actually, I can
I
check
love
this real
that.
quick. Queen's just seeing like all my stuff right now because she can see my screen.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Breaking the fourth wall. Thank you guys for the gifts.
That's not it.
You're hyper organized.
Thanks. Nope. Next week, so right now, as of right now, Yemi, it is. I'm on with. So it's Jimmery. How should I do Jimmy Ari? Jimmy Ari. I can't do that anyway.
Woman first.
Well, Jovari
Army.
just works when it's Jovan Ari. It just works because his name already has an A, so it's Jovari. Just flows way better. Cabbage, thank you for gifting
Army.
a sub. Army, okay. I'll suggest that to him.
I don't know.
Guys, y'all have a good night. And for those that are in here on TikTok, bye.